Hello, this is Robert with Beaver Rocket and WP Rocket Speed. Welcome back to the second part of creating custom WooCommerce websites with Beaver Builder and WP Types Toolset. I'll also be using the Beaver Tunnels plugin for this tutorial. In the first part of this tutorial, I created the custom products page. So let's have a look at our shop page. So here we have a standard run-of-the-mill WooCommerce shop page. To begin building the custom WooCommerce shop page, I'll go to WooCommerce Views, and here in Product Archive Template File, I'll select WooCommerce Views plugin and hit Save. Now I'll go to Toolset, WordPress Archives, create your first WordPress archive. I'll call this Custom WooCommerce Shop. Display all items. What loop this archive will be used for. I'll select products and product categories. Create WordPress archive. Screen options, I'll just close this. Loop output editor. Right here where you see WP loop opening and closing code here, whatever goes in between here is what's going to loop in your shop page. For creating our shop loop, normally we would use the loop wizard, or you could manually enter fields. And there's other options here for content template, pagination controls, and a static image that you could place before or after your loop. Whatever static content you want on your shop page, you could put it before this point here, and whatever you want after your shop loop, you could put it here. The reason you can't use the loop wizard, for example, if I choose unformatted, next, and I start adding fields, for example, post title with the link, and I select use a content template to group the fields in this loop. I add the rest of my fields and I click finish. What'll happen is it will create a content template down here that you can edit, but you won't be able to use Beaver Builder to do it. It will even save it as a content template here, but you won't be able to access Beaver Builder to create the layout. I'll place my cursor here in the center of the loop. I'll create a content template. I won't assign any existing templates. I'll create a new content template and assign it to this WordPress archive. I'm going to give it the name of Custom Woo Shop. Insert the content template shortcode to the editor. Assign content template. I'll close this. Save all sections at once. So as I scroll down, I see there's a content template here, but there's no option for Beaver Builder. So what I'll do is I'll go to Toolset, Content Templates. Here's my Custom Woo Shop, Edit, and Usage down here. I'll select Post Archive Products, Taxonomy Archives, Product Category, Update. I'll click on Beaver Builder. Beaver Builder is active. The content template is used for several types. Choose which type you want to see in the editor. I'll select Taxonomy Archive Product Categories, Launch Page Builder. I'll start with blank. Choose a post to preview Product Categories Taxonomy. I'll select the Mystique. Row layouts, one column. I'll add some padding for my sticky header. I'll add a heading. I'll use the post title with link. You have the option of adding classes or inline styles. I'll create the short code, move it out of my way. For the style, I'll stay with H3. I'll center it. I want a larger text, but I don't want to change my HTML tag. So I'll change the font size to custom. And here you can see our title has appeared. And I would like a custom font there. So I'll select here. A nice tip is if you click on a font, leave your cursor there, and with your arrow keys, you can audition different fonts. You can see that there. Okay, I'll use this font here. I'll save it. I'll add some more content, row layouts, 2 columns. I'll stay within the same row. Now I'm going to add text editor, fields and views, WooCommerce. I'll select product image. You can select what size image. It's using the WooCommerce single product image size. I'll stick with that. Select output format, WooCommerce default. And I don't want to use my gallery thumbnails here. I'll leave that unchecked. And the rest I'll leave the same. Insert shortcode, save. I'll add some more content, text editor, and I'm placing all the fields and views in separate text editors so I can move them around and apply different CSS styles to them. Fields and views, WooCommerce, product price, center it, save, and here it appears. It aligned to the left. I'll fix that later. Add content again, text editor, fields and views, WooCommerce, add to cart button. I'm going to leave it as default. Insert shortcode, center that, save. Here's my add to cart button. Add content again. In the second column, text editor, fields and views. I'm going to use one of my custom Woo product fields that I created in part 1. Scroll down, video embed code, insert shortcode, save. Something I'd like to show you about embedded videos. If I come in and apply a background color to this row and it's not full width, I'll scroll down, select the background color. You can see there's a problem here. This embedded video is sticking out of the layout. And if I were to adjust my column width, you could see that rather to responding to the reduced column width, it's staying the same and breaking out of the layout. So here's a really great tip from yours truly, Robert Monroe Turner. If you go to YouTube and you select share, embed, and you copy this code and place it into my video embed code that I created in part 1 of the tutorial, this is what you'll get. To work around that, there's a great website. It's called Embed Responsibly. And it has options for the major online video hosts, such as YouTube and Vimeo. I'll go back, I'll copy the URL of the video, I'll place it in here, paste it in, and embed that. Copy the embed code, replace this code here, paste that in, update. I'll refresh this page. Now you can see our video is behaving properly. And if I adjust the column width, the video responds beautifully. I'll remove the color. I'll save that. I'll add a single column row underneath this. So I've made this column a separate row because I want to use this row to make a separator between the rows of guitars that the shop page will display. For that, I'll go to row settings. I'll select a photo for the background type. I'm going to use this chain link photo and I'll have it repeating horizontally across the row. So for repeat, horizontal, you can see that there. One thing I want to talk about is the full width rows issues. In part one of the tutorial, I mentioned the problem with the full width rows. After working with it, it's not Toolset or Beaver Builder. The issue is the Woocommerce page templates for the products and the shop. So I'll point this issue out to the developer and hope they can resolve the issue. Or I'll make some page templates at a later date. But for now, I have my CSS solution and it works good. So I'll go ahead and row settings and I'll change the width to full width. So now I have a full width separator here at the bottom. I'll work on some of the CSS a bit. I'll increase this heading size, 35. I'll publish this. Now let's take a look and see what we've got. I'll work on the CSS some more. I like yellow pencil. I'll change the font weight here to normal. I'll center the price. I'll change the color to a maroon color. I'll increase the font weight, the font size, (18). Now the button, I'll square it up, make it look flat. Increase the padding a bit. It looks really wide. That's fine there. Change the color. The text to white. Background. Save that. So it's coming along, but I have this mess up here and I could clean it up with some CSS, but I'm going to not display this part of the page. For that, I'm going to use WooCommerce Genesis settings. So I'll scroll down here to shop page settings. So I'll remove the result count text. I'll hide the shop page title and I'll remove the drop down from the shop page. Save changes. So now let's have a look. So I've removed that part of the page, but I still have a rather large margin here. So I'll edit my content template, edit, and I'm going to set the padding here on the top to 20. I had it set this because of my sticky header, so I could see the elements while I was editing. But I'll change that to 20 now. I'll save it. Done. Publish. Well, that looks a lot better now. So what we see here is our loop. But we can add static content before the loop and after the loop. I've gone ahead and made some Beaver templates here for the top of the loop and the bottom of the loop. So let's take a look at this one. Here it is. What this is a single Beaver row with a heading and a short code for this counter here. And I'm also using the ultimate add-ons to give me this V-shaped border here. Here you can see it's a heading module, and right here I have a short code for this counter here. I'm using Circular Countdown WordPress plugin, and right here on my row setting I'm using Ultimate Add-ons, Row Separator. I also use this plugin too to preview the layout without having to save it. That plugin is this one here, Beaver Builder Live Preview and Quick Save by Bada Bing. I also made a template for the bottom of the loop, and we'll take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. And this is pretty similar. It's a Beaver Builder row with this flame background image, a heading, some more text, and a subscription module. To place the templates, I'm using Beaver Tunnels plugin. For action, I'll select WooCommerce before shop loop. It's set to archives product. Update. I'll refresh my shop page. So here we have our custom hero row for our shop page. And here is our shop loop and our footer. So now what I'd like to do is to place my template for the bottom of the shop loop. It's also set to archives product. I'm going to set this to WooCommerce after shop loop. I'm going to update this. I'll refresh my shop page. I'll scroll down. All right, so we've created our custom WooCommerce product pages. We've created our awesome custom WooCommerce shop page. We have our hot summer guitar sale, 50% off all guitars with our sexy counter here. We have an incredible custom made shop loop. We have our subscription opt-in here after the shop loop, and it's all been built inside of Beaver Builder with WP Types Toolset, and we also use the Beaver Builder Tunnels plugin. I'm available for hire to help make your next WordPress project great success. Until then, this is Robert, your WordPress pilot, your rock and roll WordPress hand soul.